Breaking, Julien Alfred's shocking 200M withdrawal at Worlds. The Untold story. Run a ## symbol. The women's 100-meter at the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo was framed as the marquee event of the competition, with Olympic champion Julien Alfred, reigning world champion Harry Richardson, and world leader Melissa Jefferson Wooden all entered. Anticipation soared. The prospect of the Olympic podium revisiting their rivalry on the global stage had been described as a race with as much intrigue as a Hollywood blockbuster. Olympics.com. Yet within hours of the final, the storyline shifted dramatically. The much-anticipated final on September 14th delivered brilliance from Jefferson Wooden. The 22-year-old American stormed to victory in a championship record of 10.61 seconds, the fourth fastest time ever recorded. It has been an amazing year, Jefferson Wooden said afterward, reflecting on a season that also included a Diamond League triumph in Zurich, coming out with a gold medal and a championship record. It's a great start to my second World Championships. Behind her, Jamaica's Tia Clayton secured silver in 10.76, while Alfred crossed third in 10.84. High reaction time the fastest in the field, at 0.169, but her stride visibly hampered. Sha'Carri Richardson, unable to match her rivals, finished fifth in a season-best 10.94, while Shelley and Fraser-Price concluded her final global championship in sixth. The turning point of the week, however, came not in Jefferson Wooden's victory, but in Alfred's sudden setback. The St. Lucia Athletics Federation announced the following morning that the Olympic 100M champion had withdrawn from the 200M on the advice of medical professionals and in consultation with her management team. Our Olympic champion and 100-meter World Athletics Championships bronze medalist Julien Alfred has been withdrawn from the women's 200-meter at the 2025 World Athletics Championships in Tokyo. Julien sustained a grade 1 hamstring strain. The decision to withdraw prioritizes her health and long-term career. The statement from the St. Lucia Athletics Federation confirmed what had been evident in the final. Alfred's bronze medal run had come at a physical cost. For Alfred, the disappointment is particularly acute, given her trajectory. Only a year ago, she had delivered St. Lucia's first Olympic title with gold in Paris, followed by silver in the 200-meter. Entering Tokyo, her season-best 10.75 positioned her among the year's fastest, just behind Jefferson Wooden's 10.65. The semifinals suggested she was in prime form, comfortable through her first two starts before her injury struck during the most consequential race. Sidace Mag summarized the blow on social media after earning a bronze medal in the women's 100-meter in the World Championships final last night. It appears that Julien Alfred is out of the 200M due to a grade 1 hamstring injury. The withdrawal leaves Jefferson Wooden as the headline act in the sprints. At only 22, she has risen from Olympic bronze in Paris to world champion in Tokyo, now preparing for the 200M and the 4x100-meter relay. When the gun went off, I just thought, come on, get out strong. The rest of the race went like a blink of an eye, she said, after her victory. For Richardson, Fraser-Price, and Alfred, the final was a reminder of both the competitiveness of this generation and the unforgiving nature of championship racing. For Alfred in particular, the focus now turns to recovery, with her nation hoping that the decision to step away ensures longevity for a career still in its ascent. Before Worlds unfolded, this St. Lucian Olympic champ opened up about confronting self-doubt while maintaining humility amid her Olympic success. Julien Alfred vowed to stay humble despite Olympic triumphs and rising confidence. Julien Alfred never permitted triumph to distort her perspective. Even after becoming an Olympic champion, she admitted, I don't want to get swell-headed and think that I've made it, because there's more that I want to achieve in life. Her choice of words reflected not only modesty, but also an unrelenting standard she applied to herself. She acknowledged that the greatest challenge was not the medal itself, but the responsibility of carrying such recognition without surrendering to complacency. She explained that remaining ordinary in her daily conduct was essential to her balance.
"I'm just a normal person," she remarked, insisting that the acclaim surrounding her had not altered her sense of self. In her view, discipline and humility were the true safeguards against distraction. The difficulty, she conceded, was in the constant pursuit of improvement. "I'm just so hard on myself. I always want to do better," she said. A confession that revealed both the weight of expectation and the determination to rise above it. A year removed from her Olympic victory, Alfred spoke of her evolution with quiet certainty. She observed that she had become much more confident and much stronger while learning to relax under pressure, attributing the shift to training methods that emphasized visualization and composure. These changes, she believed, prepared her for the forthcoming World Championships, where she intended to compete with a clear head and steady resolve. Her reflections conveyed a portrait of an athlete who valued humility as highly as power and who regarded restraint not as weakness but as the foundation for lasting excellence. Now, as Alfred succumbs to this major setback on the international stage, the world of track and field thrives on anticipation. Every season storylines build around the fiercest rivalries. And in 2025, the women's 200-meter promised fireworks. Shaka Richardson, the fearless American sprinter, and Melissa Jefferson, her rising compatriot, were primed for a showdown with one of the sport's most consistent talents, Julien Alfred of St. Lucia. But just as the stage was set for an epic clash at the World Athletics Championships, the headlines turned shocking. Alfred had withdrawn from the 200M. A stunning twist. Alfred's decision sent ripples through the track community. Fans had waited months for her rematch against Richardson, who edged her earlier in the 100M. Jefferson too had circled the 200M as her chance to prove herself on the global stage. Yet without Alfred, the narrative suddenly shifted. Julien Alfred, known for her smooth acceleration and fearless sprinting, was not just another competitor. She was the one athlete capable of disrupting the U.S. sprint duo. Her absence left a hole in the storyline and raised a simple but troubling question. What happened? Rumors and reality. Initial reports suggested Alfred had been battling fatigue after a grueling season that included high-intensity 100M heats and relay rounds. Others whispered about a minor injury, tightness in her hamstring, that surfaced during warm-ups. While no official medical statement was released, insiders hinted that Alfred and her team chose caution over risk, aware that one reckless start could jeopardize the rest of her career. It wasn't the news fans wanted, but it was a reminder of the razor-thin line and a fraction of a misstep can end a season. The emotional impact for Alfred, the withdrawal, is more than a scratched race. It's a lost opportunity. At just 23, she had been carrying the pride of St. Lucia on her shoulders, inspiring a generation of Caribbean sprinters. A medal in the 200-meter would have been historic, cementing her as not just a rising star, but a global powerhouse. Instead, her campaign ended on the sidelines, leaving her supporters with heartbreak and sympathy in equal measure. For Richardson and Jefferson, the dynamic also changed. While they both expressed support for Alfred's health first decision, they knew the absence shifted pressure squarely onto their duel. Without Alfred to test them, both Americans faced an unspoken truth. Their path to the podium was clearer, but perhaps less meaningful without one of their toughest rivals. Looking ahead, the world may not have seen the Richardson-Jefferson-Alfred trilogy play out this time, but track and field is nothing if not cyclical. For Alfred, the withdrawal doesn't mark an ending. It's simply a pause. Her resilience, discipline, and proven speed suggest she will return stronger, determined to reclaim her place among the fastest women on Earth. In the end, the 200M at Worlds carried drama of a different kind. Instead of a clash of three titans, it became a reminder of the fragility of greatness. For Julien Alfred, the chapter closed not with a finish line sprint, but with a painful, shocking withdrawal that left the world asking, what could have been? Track fans will just have to await news of her recovery and return. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.